Everyone has a story, no matter what it is, to let your life be a lesson for other people. The idea behind MCC Masters on the Move is to provide an opportunity that allows us to learn from people who are mastering this thing called life. Listen to the stories from those who have lived fully and know how to keep going and never quit, how to rejoice in the good times and have faith in the bad. The ability to share a rich personal history that only helps the trajectory of others who listen. Enjoy. Meet Michelle Potts, longtime English instructor and humanities chair at our Maple Woods campus.
I went to Maple Woods for 2 years, and during that time I was able to get all of my general education requirements under my belt. And I felt like that experience prepared me for the rigors of college and understanding the seriousness of it, but also understanding that it can be a place of joy and discovery. Then I flash forward to my work as an instructor, and that moment of standing in front of the classroom and engaging with the students in terms of how they are beginning to see the world and starting to carve out a place for what's important to them and what do they value and how can they speak that out loud is the core of what we do. My grandparents had been farmers and saloon owners, and they really didn't come from educational backgrounds, but my siblings, there were 5 of us, we all knew that we wanted to pursue education. It's scary when you don't have that generational history of higher education. You don't have the support that might be there from the family. But what we certainly had was the love and encouragement to do it. I had been working in Wyoming on a ranch camp, and I hadn't intended to come back, and it was late enrollment, and my mother came up here for me and enrolled me very quickly. And I was thrilled because I was able to get all of the courses that I wanted, and it was affordable, which was important for my family. I think everyone after 12 years in school, you want some freedom. And I loved the college atmosphere. MCC felt like home as a student because it was just so welcoming. Up at Maple Woods, I felt like my instructors cared about me. I can remember missing class and having an instructor come up to me after class and asking if everything was okay. And that's unusual. Division chair at the time invited me to be a student worker for the division I'm currently chair over. So that was probably the beginning of my sense of connection and really sense of home. My mother was working at Park. She got a job there, and so I was able to go there and complete my undergraduate degree. From there, I went to UMKC, which is where I did my graduate work, and that brought me back to MCC. I'm currently a division chair, which means that I get to teach a class every semester. But really my calling is in the classroom. And I didn't know that initially. I thought I would be a journalist. And the process of moving through higher education helped me kind of get a sense of where do I find joy and passion? And what do I want my legacy to be? And I pretty quickly discovered that I liked tutoring, I liked mentoring. I had a lot of doubts early on. I mean, I had moments of just completely breaking down and questioning myself in terms of, is this right for you? Are you prepared to do this? Do you have the skills? Do you have the knowledge? And I can remember, in some of those early moments, like the first semester teaching, feeling that level of insecurity, but then recognizing too that it was worth moving past that anxiety. It was worth hunkering into the work in a way that it wouldn't only be something that brought success to someone else, but it brought me to a sense of understanding that I need and I thrive off of that kind of interaction with someone else where they're moving to the next level. MCC has given me a collage of favorite memories, and they're always attached to people, and it's usually in association with some kind of support. And I had peers all along the way who helped me learn that you're going to have days where you have huge successes, and you're going to have days that just fall flat, and that's okay. You can move on from that, you can build on that, and as long as you have a community around you that is there to support you and to, to bring you up when you're not at 100%, that you can achieve anything. Many years later, I run into students out on the street and they're telling me about their careers and the success that they've had in their personal lives. And that's the moment when you know you've had an impact. My best advice for people is a few steps. One is perseverance. You have to know that you're going to see it through. And no one can give that to you. You have to just commit to that on the front side of it. But two is you need to seek out your support system. Sometimes it's mentors, sometimes it's services. And they're there for you. You just have to reach for them. I have always had a huge sense of pride in MCC. I've always felt like it is so much more than a community college. It is part of the core, the fabric of Kansas City. It is key to my own sense of identity. So when I leave here and I talk about my work, when I retire, which I eventually will, it will always be with a great sense of that I had a place in my life where I felt safe, free to explore, and capable of transformation.